TV, Swanage TV. It's just right for you and for me. Have fun in the sun, go swim in the sea. There's always something special on Swanage TV.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Firstly, welcome back. Have we or have we not? Can anybody actually hear us? That's the first thing we want to know. Is everybody there? Can we get a hello? Are people listening to us?
Can we have a thumbs up on Facebook?
Can we have a thumbs up on Facebook just to let us know that we are here? We'd like that to be a good thing. Hopefully it is, and we can be heard. But welcome to the show. It is good evening and welcome. Another edition of Swanage TV. It's actually the 21st edition, which is incredible. It's actually incredible. We've done 21. Yep. It's Friday, the 18th of September.
And thank you, Tatty, for letting us know that you can.
You can hear us. Yes.
Evening, Tatty.
It is 6 p.m. We are live. Thank you very much for joining us.
We're
I'm
live.
your host.
People can hear us.
They can. I'm Ian. My co-host today is the wonderful, amazing Rosemary, the telephone operator. How are you, Rosemary?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you, Ian?
I'm all right. Yeah, not bad.
Good week?
Not a bad week. Been busy, actually. Been busy, yeah. What with the new COVID rule coming in? What was that all about?
Yeah, 6.
6 people.
6. I hope it's off by Christmas.
I doubt it.
Which one are we going to choose?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Which grandparent are you going to have to leave behind?
Yeah.
What about Snow White? She had to tell 2 of them to go. One of them wasn't happy. Come on. It's best really. But that is good, though. I mean, we've had a busy week, haven't we?
Yeah.
We have had a lot of things going on, and you know, there's a couple of bad things. I don't really want to start a show with bad things, okay? But we have to pay tribute to various people. The first one I'd like to say a tribute to the lovely Jennifer Barnard, who was the owner of Blue Pool, who sadly passed. And they are now closed until further notice. So we'd like to say thank you, Jennifer. It's been a lovely, beautiful place to go. And you will be sorely missed, I am sure. And for those of you in the Wareham area, this chap, Dave Ongar, very, very public figure. Everybody knows him. Sadly passed this week.
And the bench, though, it's
full of flowers now, isn't it?
So
it's a nice,
that's really lovely.
Lovely tribute.
Well done, Wareham.
Yeah, well done. And this final lady we're going to say hello to, she's passed on, sadly. Yeah. And who's this?
This is Maureen Cowan. She passed away in August. If you were part of First Our World Brownies, you would know this lady very well because she was in charge.
Arcala?
Yeah.
Top boss?
No, I don't think she was actually Arcala. I think she was Tawny Owl. Ian.
Tawny Owl?
But she was in charge from 1978 until 2014.
Was she?
Yeah, and she was...
Wow.
Yeah, she did a lot of work. The picture here is Sophie Wessex shaking
HRH,
hands.
HRH, Her Royal Highness,
yes.
who married the...
This is outside the new premises because the meeting place used to be in Prospect Crescent and it was like an old wooden building, and Maureen persuaded everybody that they needed to buy this place in Bell Street. So
well, God bless her.
There she is, and that was the opening of it. So yeah, well done.
Good. Sad. They'll be sorely missed, I'm sure. Got some shout outs today.
Yeah.
Well, funny thing, who came in to see us? Who
Who didn't come in?
Who didn't come in? Liam. Yeah. Liam, Fireman Liam. Superhero to everybody.
Had a cup of coffee.
Didn't he come in, had a cup of coffee?
Just come off a night shift.
Yeah, he's been busy.
He has been busy.
Been a very busy boy. He said he loves you all. He'll be back soon on the show. Give us an update on all the whys and wherefores for the fire people. Who else do we want to shout out to? I'll tell you who we want to shout out to. Mr. Neil Hardy, MBE.
What, Neil Hardy that came on the show?
Neil Hardy that came on the show, MBE.
Yes.
Just like to say that. He's now fully retired from the lifeboat. I think he's quite pleased. And it's taken on by a chap whose name I can't remember, but he works just up the road from us. He's a nice fella. But Neil Hardy, hello. Hope you're well.
Happy retirement.
Happy retirement. Who else do I see this week? Elisa Groves.
Birthday girl.
Birthday girl, 52. Unbelievable. Looks good for 52 though.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
And she's not 52.
No.
She's 21.
64. No. Okay. Ryan White. Okay. I'd like to say good luck to a chap called Ryan White, because he's starting a new business venture, hair cutting and barbers. It's called Straight Razors down in Tillymead, isn't it?
Yes, good luck
with
Ryan.
that. I think he started that yesterday.
Yes.
So we'd like to send, on behalf of all the Swanage TV, like to send some love out to the lovely Jill Walker.
Yeah.
Like to say hello to Lex and Penny, who are watching live all the way in Litcham and Travers. Hello, Lex, Penny. Big Dave Witts. Dave, see you tomorrow. Motorbiking. Got to say hello, you know. And lastly, like to say hello to Shelley at number 50, here at number 53, who's about to have a baby.
Good luck.
So good luck with that one.
And also, don't forget, this is the time of year where people are leaving home. People are going on to university. So you've got parents worrying about their children, how they're going to get on.
Some parents are in tears of happiness. Some are in tears of, sadness. But
and some probably children as well. But good luck. Good luck, mums and dads and carers, and good luck, students. I hope you have a great time.
I'm really chuffed for them. Right, shall we have a look? See who's doing what? Shall we see the rest of our team?
Yeah.
So we're going to say hello to the lovely, the fantastic Nico.
Hello,
Nico, how are you?
I love that view. That is such a great place.
How you doing, Nico?
Isn't it amazing? I'm great, Ian. I'm down at Prince Albert Gardens, as you can see. Stunning place. And I'm here for a special reason this week. We have a special interview with a member of Gaia Pope's family, who's coming to personally update members of our community who helped in the search for Gaia as to what happened this week in the pre-inquest review hearing, which was held in Bournemouth.
Wow, I think we're in for some perhaps explosive content, maybe.
Possibly, yeah, we'll have to see, Ian.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, Nico, while I've got you there, tell us a little bit about the beautiful Chan dog.
Chan Bear?
Oh,
Chan Bear, but he's not a bear anymore.
Wow.
that's it. I know. Viewers might remember that I rescued a Romanian street dog who was in a kill shelter during lockdown. And he was highly, highly traumatised. Some viewers may have seen him on our footage at home. And he's now been with me since May and is slowly recovering and becoming the cheeky puppy he should always have been.
Oh, Nico, I think to be
He
fair...
doesn't look like a puppy in that picture.
Not in that picture, you
He
can
doesn't.
see, viewers, but he does in this one. Look at that. He's had a lot of love and attention. There's a lot of testament to Nico there.
It's taken a long time to get him to have a cut.
Very patient. Very good.
Yeah.
So he looks lovely now. He looks like a little puppy there. And look at him there. Look at that.
Oh. So is he settled now, Nico? Is he happy?
He's getting there, Lise. He's got some spinal injuries from where he's been abused in the past. So he's going to be starting hydrotherapy sessions soon near Bloxworth. And he's having canine osteopathy thanks to a member of our amazing lifeboat crew as well.
Oh, lovely.
Wow.
Oh, that's excellent.
I did notice in one of the pictures you can actually see the scars on his back, which you obviously couldn't see when he had his full coat.
Yeah. He's got them around his neck, Lisa, on his head, down his back, down his left side. So he's only 2. So he's obviously been through some hideous traumas in his short life, bless him.
Oh.
And that's probably why it's taken him so long to trust you, isn't it?
Fantastic.
2 months
Sorry,
me of hiding in the bed completely. He didn't come out of the house really for 2 months. So yeah, he was a mess. Yeah.
He's a different dog now. He looks lovely, Nico, and I'm really chuffed you've done a good job there.
Well done. Congratulations, Nico.
Thank you.
Okay, Nico, we will catch you soon, my darling. Thank you very much. See you in a bit.
See you later.
Bye, Nico.
Shall we see the Ginger Ninja? The Wareham Blonde Bombshell. Let's see...
Strawberry
Blonde Bombshell. Honestly, I don't know.
Goodness me.
Let's see, here he is. Let's say hello to Mark. Mark, how you doing?
Why, good evening, Ian, Rosemary. How are you?
Yes, very well, thank you.
All good.
Where are you?
Wonderful. Well, I'm back in the heart of Wareham again, outside our friends from the Peppa Pig. No, sorry, not the Peppa Pig, the Salt Pig. Because, of course, we've got another voucher to give away tonight.
Excellent. That's really good news, Mark. And Mark, what do you got for us, my friend?
Well, again, by the magic of television, I shall move from the Salt Pig and I will join you shortly from the Wareham Rangers Youth Section playing fields. where I'll be speaking to Emlyn Taylor. He's the manager of the under-13s. We'll be discussing a little bit about football, a little about the pitches where we play. And sadly, we've had some issues there, which I think need to be addressed and aired. And hopefully people will take notice.
Mark, it's been a while since we've had any birthdays. Anything coming from your end? Any birthdays?
Well, there are indeed, Ian. They're actually sister and brother-in-law.
Oh.
And perhaps if we do ladies first.
I don't know what you mean. I cannot be held responsible for anything at this end.
Oh.
Now, well, I take full responsibility.
Did you say it was your friend?
Yes, my friend.
Was your friend?
Well, it could well be that it could be past tense by the end of the evening, I suspect. Because, of course, Julie Poulton, I think she's got to be 50 if she's a day on Monday. But you'll see she's quite a character. You'll see that she likes to stick carrot tops in her ears.
Don't.
No. Well, you can. I'll say no more. I'll let your imagination do the rest. But
oh dear, Mark. Who else? You can't have any more people, surely.
Well, I can. It's her brother-in-law, Marcus Trenwith. You'll remember the Trenwiths, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
They're
definitely. That paddleboard picture will stay with me forever.
Well, indeed, disturbing images, and you'll see Marcus, who is married to Bev, obviously, still seems to think he's 16 or 17, walking around with a blue Mohican. And I think if you look closely at the photo, you'll see the look of horror on his daughter's face. But yes, he's recently had a birthday as well, so he's not getting away with it either.
Oh, happy birthday to them both.
Yeah,
Mark, I noticed it's probably one of the only times a teenage child will come and put her head up from her phone is when her parents are embarrassing her, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yes.
Long may it continue.
Absolutely. That's how it should be, isn't it? That's how it should be.
Okay, Mark, listen, thank you very much. We will catch up with you soon, my friend. Greatly appreciated.
Look forward to speaking to you both later.
Good man.
Bye-bye now.
Thank you, mate.
Bye, Mark.
Bye-bye. Wow, what about that?
Yeah.
Tigger then, eh? Got a lot going on there.
He's always got a friend with a birthday.
He's always got a friend with a birthday. It's quite unnerving,
Yeah.
to be totally honest with you. But
And he's got these pictures of them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird,
Don't be near
Let's
Mark.
not say anything.
Yeah.
Is he our friend?
Yeah.
Has he taken any pictures of us?
No.
Good. Okay, let's keep it that way. Yeah. Right, listen, sadly, we would normally cross live to our superhero Gary, Housewife's favourite, but he's not in the show today. He has a very important meeting, has to do with his other work, but he will be back next time. He can't wait to get back on the show. So have a good meeting, Gary. Hope it all goes well, and we will see you on the next show.
See you soon, Gary.
Yeah. So, Rosemary, what have we got? What have we got coming up on the show?
Well, we've got the usual. We've got Cane of Cash.
Oh, what's on with Cane of Cash this week?
Well, we didn't give any away last week.
No, we didn't. So it is double bubble Cane of Cash. 2 envelopes. Last time we did it, how much was it?
Well, we did 3, didn't we? That was £50. So.
£50. It's not going to be 50. Who knows how much it'll be? I don't even know what's in the envelopes now.
There we go. Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of money, though. 2 envelopes, double bubble. So you're going to need to live in Swanage, close to it, and call us when the question comes out, which we will.
And the same for the Salt Pig as well. If you're in Wareham, within 5 minutes of Wareham, call us when we say.
When the questions are done. Excellent. Yeah. Good. I'm pleased with that. It's nice that people are winning money, winning vouchers, and I'm glad they're getting involved. What else we got? Anything else?
Five hot topics of the week.
Hot topics of the week.
And we might have a guest.
Oh, might have a guest caller.
We might.
Interesting.
We might.
Let's go. I'll tell you what. Shall we have a look around the town? Shall we see what we got? Shall we go on to the? Let's have a look. See what we got. Oh, look at that!
Oh, there's somebody on. Oh.
When
we had a trial earlier, there was a windsurfer, and I'm sure he's on the Isle of Wight by now.
He's going to France. It was that.
Yeah.
It was so windy. He went across that screen in record time. But
yeah, he did. Did anybody see Saving Lives at Sea last night?
The lifeboat people.
Swanage Lifeboat was on.
Come
Saving
out of that
Lives
ramp,
at Sea.
they did, didn't they?
And it was really lovely because it's a family tradition that. You know, the Steedens were on.
You get a lot of generations.
Their dad was on the lifeboat. Their granddad, and hopefully, they'll
it's a bit
continue.
scary, some of the stuff they have to do, isn't it? You don't want to be going looking for people out in open water. It's really difficult, so tough job. But yeah, good guys.
Yeah, it was lovely. I hope to see some more.
Yeah, well, as long as they don't jump in, those two, what we're going to do is we're going to satellite, move the image around. We'll just it works in rehearsals. Maybe we haven't got the sat phone done. Let's have a look. Oh, hello.
Oh,
Hello.
where's the ferry?
I don't know. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Some nice water. Oh,
Oh,
thank you,
thank you.
producer. Look at that. You got a bit of Studland Beach.
Oh,
That's
that looks
beautiful.
nice. Oh, there's the ferry.
Is it? Oh, just coming into view. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely. Oh, cameraman's gone mad. Looking at the sky. Fantastic. Let's.
What a lovely view to wake
What
up
a
to.
lovely view. Let's have a look at the prettiest railway in the world. There you go.
Oh,
Lovely, cool.
It's getting dark. It's only
The
6:15.
sun's going, isn't it? We're losing the light. I don't like it. I never have. Summer's always the best time for us. It's getting dark.
Do they have lights? We'll be able to see something in the next few weeks.
I can't remember from the last winter. I don't think so. Not sure. We'll have a look. But don't worry, because the best railway in the world, you can see everything because the sun's still shining a little
They've
bit.
got a filter on that.
They haven't.
They have.
It's because it's in Swanage, and that is the best place in the world.
It always looks really sunny.
There you go. Not a lot going on there, sadly, though, is there? So, excellent. At least the town's okay. Fantastic. Now, Rosemary. Shall we do a bit of weather? We've got to tell people what the weather's like. It's all been a bit changeable recently, isn't it? So
Very windy today.
Very windy today, as that windsurfer did attest to super speed. Yes,
Probably
tonight
in France by now.
he's well past France. As you can see, tonight it's still quite warm, still quite mild on 14. You've got Saturday, 20 degrees, bit of cloud. Sunday, have a look at Sunday and Monday. Beautiful,
Mow the
beautiful.
lawn
22 degrees, it's bright sunshine. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and a bit more in the week. All goes wrong. All goes wrong. The rain's coming. Why is it raining on Tuesday, Rosemary?
It always rains on Tuesday.
Always, ladies and gentlemen, it always rains on a Tuesday. Okay, that's pretty much all I can say about it, but it's true. Lovely job. Okay, Rosemary, let's crack on with our show. It's our favourite part of the show. It's your favourite part of the show. Now remember, you like singing. So, let's go.
Oh, dear.
Okay, it's ready for, what is it?
5 hot topics of the week.
No, she didn't. We had rehearsals earlier, and at this time she went, 5 hot topics of the week, and she wouldn't do it for the show. So, quite annoyed, but there you go. Yes, 5 hot topics of the week. Rosemary, let's get straight in. What is the first hot topic of the week?
Oh dear. The charity shop, Age UK.
Yep.
They seem to have a lot of charity donations just
do.
left on the doorstep. I think because it might be really easy to park outside, open your boot and unload the car onto the pavement. They get lots of stuff left outside, even though it says, please don't leave anything. We're closed on a Monday.
We are closed on a Monday, yeah, don't do it.
Yeah. But
Well, you know, this was amazing because we were seeing it pile up, weren't we?
yeah.
And then we saw someone put some golf clubs down at there. And I thought, blimey.
Blimey, it's filling up. It was actually on the pavement, wasn't it?
It was so, as you can see across the road there, you can see where some of the bags are in between the A-boards. And those golf clubs were laying sort of on top of them out in the pavement. And this chap come up with his wife. As you know, we put it on social media. And the good people of Purbeck Valley caught him. And do you know what? He didn't come back. He didn't apologise.
He didn't put any money through. He didn't
We
put any
think
money
it was a
through the
holiday
door.
maker. And he half-inched them. He went up the road, took them.
Yeah.
He looked around. It was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Had a look and said to his wife, "I'm having these." She said, "No, you're not. No, you're not."
She
And
didn't look
walked
very
on,
happy,
did she?
Yeah.
But
didn't look very
anyway,
happy.
but do you know what? The good thing, a couple of things is,
The
town-
managerate of Age UK
Yeah.
put it on Facebook.
and the town came up and they've given almost £50 in donations
Yeah.
for what would have been a pretty rubbish set of golf clubs and bags, to be honest, and bag. But
Well, he liked them.
he liked them enough. I think he's got a good driver in there. I couldn't work out what it was, but
Wow.
so yeah. So well done, people of Swanage. £50 in donations because that bloke nicked stuff. Not good, but you know, world takes all sorts, doesn't it? But long may you never come back into our town and steal anything. But the good thing is, something she wanted me to mention. They need volunteers. That Age UK.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they
need
do.
some-
Anybody
need some
still on
volunteers.
furlough? Got some time on their
Yeah.
hands? Fancy doing some volunteering?
Bit of charity work. A lot of work
Yeah.
with charity, mate. Okay, Rosemary, good stuff. What is our hot topic number 2?
Well, hot topic number 2 is these sand lizards.
Ooh.
Are they sand
Okay.
lizards?
Yeah, they are sand lizards.
Sand lizards. Oh, mental block there. The Wareham fire
Yes.
during lockdown,
Devastating.
550 acres of forest were lost in that fire. And just after the fire, volunteers went in and they did manage to rescue some of these. However, a lot did perish.
Yeah, there was a fair bit of wildlife that went, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
it was.
in the
It was
end?
an awful lot of ground that was lost. Now, the site of the Wareham Forest is a site of scientific interest, special
Yes.
scientific interest, and they've managed to have a donation from Marwell Zoo.
Yeah, they've done an
of
initiative with them, haven't they? or something?
200 sand lizards have been reintroduced
Excellent.
into Poundbury Forest, so hopefully they'll
They'll work their way through and
Yes.
repopulate. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
definitely, yeah.
So, well done,
Some
Marwell
good
Zoo.
to come out of the bad, yes.
Some good to come out of the bad. That is what we like. We always
Yes.
like that. Excellent. So well done. Keep that going. What is our hot topic number 3? I've named it.
Hot topic number 3, go on then.
Jetpack Johnny.
Jetpack
Johnny.
Johnny.
A lot of people might not have seen this.
Well, no, they might not have seen it. They might not have seen it. World record holding jetpack user, he was condemned by the Lulworth estate. Now, this guy is a Royal Marine Reservist. His name's Richard Browning and he's from Sherborne. And here he is on his jetpack and he's going underneath the Durdle Door Arch.
Yeah, and there was a big hoo-ha, wasn't there?
Yeah, the Lulworth estate weren't happy. They weren't happy with him at all.
No, they said he was just trying
They
to...
were saying that he was exploiting an historical landmark. They didn't appreciate what he did at all. Richard insisted it wasn't a stunt. He didn't share any of the footage on his social media. However, this has actually gone viral.
Yeah, and why has it gone viral,
Well,
Rosemary?
it's quite ironic, really, because it's gone viral because Lulworth Estate shared the footage, and
They actually said something like he did it as a publicity stunt to make it go viral. He didn't put it anywhere.
No.
Lulworth Estates did, and then they had a go at him for making it on Facebook. It's very bizarre. Very
yeah.
bizarre.
And we're talking about it.
We're talking about it, yeah.
Yeah.
But fair place, I think. So,
Yeah.
I mean, does it bring it into disrepute, or what does it?
don't
It doesn't,
know.
does it?
I don't know.
It's like a canoe going through, but with jets. If you think of that. Anyway, that's that. I thought that was a good thing to do. I thought it was a nice.
You'd love to do that, wouldn't you?
I'd love to do that.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not sure how brave I'd be, but I would love to do it. So,
looks quite good fun.
Okay, we have a couple of things. What was hot topic number 4?
Well, there's been a hole in the ground.
Hole in the ground. Yes,
Yeah.
there is up just
By the
past the Stone Quay, isn't
Yeah,
it?
by the Stone Quay.
Massive hole. Had to be sorted out as well because things were getting a bit bad. So the council, I think it was only a month ago, I think they contracted it out to our friends at Suttles, local company there, who did, as you can see, they did a fantastic job doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They've laid all that concrete, they've redone it, they've made the doodahs. It's all good. And now look, bang.
Good as new.
You can't even tell, can you?
No.
They redid the steps as well. There's some steps just on the side of the Stone Quay there, and they've remade them and everything. They've done a really good job, so I'm very, very pleased that that's all open again, apart from all the seaweed. Did you see all that today as well? There's
Yeah,
teams of them running
It
it.
must be an easterly.
The other thing as well, though, Rosemary, there's something else, isn't there? What are we
Yes.
doing at the other side?
Well, from the parade
Yeah.
to the Stone Quay,
Right.
they're going to be doing some strengthening work there. Dorset Council, they're going to be injecting some
Yeah.
specialist geopolymer resin.
Yeah.
They're doing it down into that pathway there.
Yeah, I think they're going to drill in.
Yeah.
And they
So what's geopolymer then? Ian?
well, it's a polymer. It's a plastic of some kind. they put holes all through that thing and they inject all this strengthening sort of plastic stuff. It's good. It just maintains the key and keeps it a bit more solid, I think. So
and
when does that take place?
It does get a battering there.
It does, yeah.
It's from the 5th of October, and it's going to take 5 days.
Fantastic.
So that will be all nice and nice and sorted for the winter.
Should be good. Now, what is our 5th and final hot topic, Rosemary?
Oh, doesn't he look smart?
Doesn't he look
proud?
smart, eh?
Doesn't he? He looks very smart, very proud. Well, Mike's been re-elected. Re-elected as mayor.
Has he?
Yes.
Why?
Well, I don't know, because
he's
a busy man.
He is a good lad, though, isn't he? Mike, I mean, he does good for the town.
Oh, yes.
He does good. But do you know what? I don't know why he's done it again. So I am actually going to call him.
Right.
Shall we call him? Shall we see if he's there? Shall we see if the wonderful,
Mr. Bonfield.
Where are you, Bonners? Where are you, Bonners? We're going to give you a call. See if you're about.
Mr. Mayor, please.
Mr. Mayor, beg your pardon. Beg your pardon, Mr. Mayor.
Is he there?
Is he there? Is he there? And a good afternoon to you, Mr. Mayor. How are you? Really? That's a very interesting scenario. We appreciate that. I'm sure he's here. I'm sure he's here. Mr. Mayor, are you there?
Yes.
Yay, Mr.
I am
Mayor.
here.
Thank you. We thought we were having another nightmare last
dear.
week. Mike, how are you? It's good to have you on.
I
Thanks
thought-
for coming on. We really appreciate it. Mike, I'm perplexed. I am perplexed. You are the best mayor in the world, in the best town in the world. But you're back. You had finished and now you're back. Tell us all about it.
This year, believe it or not, has been a bit different to other years. I think most people
was
will
it?
appreciate that. Yes, I'm still not sure why. No,
I can't quite put my finger on it, Mike.
yeah, nor can I. I've been looking for a long time. We had the powers to just go for another year as we was until next May for the annual meeting.
Right.
Which is the mayor making and making of all committees and chairman and everything. But as you know, I've just done 3.5 years and
Crikey.
I need a break. So I was looking forward to taking a break definitely this year. But due to the crisis that we're going through, we had the meeting on Monday night and talking with other councillors, and we decided that the best thing was for me to carry on for the next 6 months until next May, when new mayor will be elected.
Do you know what, Mike? I think that's a really valiant thing. I think if a lot of people had their way, they'd make you mayor for life, because I think you've done quite a lot for the town in the 3.5 years you've been mayor. And for me personally, I think you're a good mayor. You're a good mayor. You're good for the people. You're good for the town. So after this 6 months, I'm assuming you're going to go on this well-deserved holiday. Where are you going to go?
That place called Swanage.
Oh.
Yeah, best place in the world, Mike.
Have you heard of it? I think it is so great. You know, why would I want to go anywhere else?
That's very true. That is
No,
very true, Mike.
I may be finishing as the mayor at the town in May, but I will still be on the council. You know, we've got another 3 years in May, I think, before the next elections. So there's still a lot to be done, and it's like everything. I think sometimes you need a change to take things to the next level.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I mean, change is always not wanted, but it's sometimes always required, you know. But I think you've done it. I think most people in the town would say you've done a fantastic job, Mike. And if you could have stayed there as a position forever, I think people would have kept you there if you could have. But, you know, I'd just like to say congratulations.
Congratulations,
Mike. Congratulations
Mike.
for doing another 6 months as well. I think.
I think that's a
it
very...
sort of keeps a little bit of continuity and steadies the ship a little, I would imagine.
Well, can I thank you both for those kind words? But Ian, I can say I've got no powers to give you a knighthood.
Mike, we weren't going to say that.
Well, I've checked, and apparently I can't do it. So I'm very
You can
sorry.
do
Ian,
anything.
I'll go
Outfit
back
and
on that.
everything,
You can
Mike.
do
I've got hat
anything.
and everything. Never mind. Mike, just
No,
quickly while
no.
I've got you there, you know we've spoken a little bit about the Citizen Awards, you know, and we're nearly into next year. So I'm wondering, do we have any more news on that, Mike?
No.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't have any more than 6 people now, but
No.
all I'm
you know,
concerned
the
is
awards
there are a lot
are
of
all
people who
done.
deserve the awards, Mike, and
Yeah.
they might not get them this year, and I think they should. So how are we going to go about
Well,
that?
the problem is that I feel awful that they can't get them, but I feel that they do not deserve to have them delivered, put on the step, and say congratulations.
Yeah.
I think they deserve more than that. I'm sorry, you know, and it will happen as soon as we can have some form of get-together where we can actually celebrate all that they've done. You know, we normally lay on a presentation, we have a small buffet afterwards with drinks for them, and it is a special evening for them people because they are special people.
Agree.
And I think unless we can do it in person, it may be that next year we actually do both years. But it does need to be done in person.
I think so. It makes it more worthy and more celebratory. You know, it's a good thing. It's something where we can cheer on the good people of Swanage. I think it's a good idea, Mike. But good luck with that. Good luck with that, and I hope we can get it done for this year. If not, like you say, next year. But Mike, I'm chuffed for you. I'm really pleased you've taken the reins again, and I hope we get through this craziness. And I'm sure you at the helm will steer us all through it, should you need to. So thanks very much, Mike. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks very much, and speak to you again soon.
Mike, that's brilliant. Is there anything you need to say, Mike? Is there anything you'd like to tell the audience of what's coming up and any things that are going on?
There are lots going on at the moment. We are looking at refurbishing. No, we're refitting with all mostly new play equipment, the rec play area.
Nice.
It's funny enough, I've been involved with presentations today, and the rec play area, because I think most people know it's going to be renamed the Trevor Chadwick Park, because we're going towards a statue for Trevor Chadwick, which most people probably by now understand that he was involved with rescuing 669 children during the kinder transfer. So we're working towards that.
Excellent.
And we will in the next week or so be issuing a contract for the rec to be completely refurbished, all new play equipment, and also major alterations up at Days Park play equipment. So
excellent.
we're
That's
hopefully
really
that will be
good
done.
news.
Yeah, that's some really good stuff, Mike.
Yeah, this is, it's things that would have happened sooner, but again, there's certain things couldn't do.
Yeah.
And we just hope that the situation doesn't get any worse and we can go on with that. The council have been working all the way through this. So it's hard work where I've been working with the Swanage and Purbeck Rotary and the Carnival, trying to sort some form of Christmas market out if we can go ahead. And it's not easy, but we have to plan. And if we've got to pull the reins on it at the end, unfortunately, that's what's got to happen. But we honestly believe that there's a chance that it may be able to go ahead in a different format.
We've got to believe that, Mike, haven't we? We've got to plough forward and be optimistic.
Yeah, but we've also agreed to put the Christmas lights on this year, and we're having more added to them.
They look
so even
fantastic.
Up in front door shop,
they were really
year,
great lights.
Yeah, we're actually putting the icicle lights that you've seen will come all the way up to the town hall this year. So it'll be the whole town.
Good.
And we're looking to see if we can get some more lamppost signs, Christmas decorations. But, at the moment, it's not easy dealing with companies because you are talking over a computer or a telephone all the time. So, I think at least whatever happens, we will put the Christmas lights on.
Excellent.
But we might not be able to go out and see them, but we will put them on.
Not in groups of any more than 6.
Oh, dear.
But listen.
Well, it might be less than that by then.
Wow.
So, no, but, we have to look forward, and I think through this whole case, the one good thing that's come out of it is the community spirit within the town. And, it's probably everywhere in the country. People are starting to help people. They're talking to neighbours. And it's gone back to what it was when I was growing up. And I think it's very important. So, we've got to keep this going and also keep supporting our local businesses.
Yeah.
We've been lucky with the summer we've had, but unfortunately it could be a long winter.
Yeah,
and
maybe
we need all our businesses
well be,
next year. So, I really hope that the locals will support the businesses that have helped them right through this crisis since March.
Yeah, Mike, that's good words. I think that's right. I think we've got to look forward. Let's hope Christmas is a great time. Thanks again,
lots
Mike.
Of positives there,
yeah,
Mike. That's lovely.
Positives. Keep going, Mike.
Congratulations.
All right, then.
And we will see you.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon, Mike. Thanks ever so much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks very much, and see you soon.
Take care, Mike.
Bye.
God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, there you go. There you go.
That was really nice and positive. I didn't know that
It was a bit.
the rec and the Days Park were getting renewed.
No, it's good.
That's
Some good
fantastic.
stuff there, actually,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
And the
There's
Christmas lights last year were lovely.
Yeah.
Looked really nice.
That was when, when Gary was going to sing us out. Do you remember? But he didn't quite get the thing right. Oh, that was a crazy time.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a good time last time. But listen, Rosemary, we're going to say goodbye to you.
Okay. So
sadly.
I'm going to go and wait for some calls from Cane of Cash.
Oh, Cane of Cash and the Salt Pig. Yes,
And the Salt Pig.
That's coming up very soon. But what we'll do, Rosemary, we shall see you very soon after we've had a chat from our sponsors. See you soon, Rosemary.
Bye-bye.
Lovely, welcome back. Yeah, madness, absolute madness everywhere. Good stuff with Mike though, really pleased for Mike. So absolutely chuffed that he is about. It's only time. Yes, it is Cane of Cash. Ladies and gentlemen, pay attention, it's important. We have the scenario of giveaway money. Firstly, Cane of Cash for the Swanage people and for the Swanage people only. Okay, this is your question. This is double bubble Cane of Cash. Please call the minute this question comes out. We'll give you the number. You can see him going across the bottom. The question is, which famous theatre in Swanage is due to reopen? Which famous theatre in Swanage is due to reopen? Call us now, 0330 001 2401, and we will get Nico coming to your house to give you free cash, double bubble. Money at stake, it's free. 0330 001 2401. Now for our lovely Wareham viewers. We have a £10 voucher. A £10 voucher giveaway for the wonderful, wonderful Salt Pig. We like the Salt Pig. Nice food. Wareham, Swanage, well done. But we need a question. So the question actually is, which is going to be very difficult. Let's do the question. I was going to say something pretty rough, but it's not. So listen, the Salt Pig is famous. Obviously, the Salt Pig is famous. But what other condiment is also a famous pig? These aren't my questions. Which other condiment is a famous pig? Okay. Please call if you're in Wareham and you want the £10 Salt Pig voucher. 0330 001 2401. If the cane of cash in Swanage, double bubble. 0330 001 2401. That's fantastic. Right. That is where we are going with it. So let's see what is happening now. What are we doing now? I don't know. Who knows what we're doing now? I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to go live to our wonderful Nico, and we are going to see exactly what she's doing if we can find her. There she is. Hello, Nico. You're back again. Hiya. How you doing?
Hi, Ian. I'm good, thank you. It's still stunning down here at Prince Albert Gardens overlooking Swanage Bay. And I've been joined by Maureen Pope Wiedemann, who is Gaia Pope's cousin. Just to reiterate, very short version of the story. I'm sure you will know it. Thousands of people were involved in the search for Gaia Pope, who went missing on the 7th of November 2017. After 11 days of searching, sadly, Gaia's body was found. And since then, her family have been involved in what to all of us would be a very, very simple procedure, you would imagine, of trying to find out from the searches, the evidence gathered, what happened. It's a question I think we'd all want the answer to if a loved one went missing. And because of the numbers of people involved locally in helping to find Gaia, searching people's houses, streets, fields, everything, Maureen has very kindly agreed to come down and speak to us in what's been a really difficult week for the family. Many people will know that there was a pre-inquest review hearing, and they're all asking us, many people are messaging, what was found out, what were the answers. So we're here to explain very simply what that hearing was about. It wasn't to find the answer. It was for the coroner to look at all of the evidence and to decide what the scope of the upcoming inquest will look at in regards to what happened to Gaia. So it was basically looking at huge amounts of paperwork and then setting a date when a full inquest will be heard, which is going to happen next year and will probably take 6 to 8 weeks. So it's going to be quite in-depth with a lot of documentation being looked at from various agencies. Now, poor Maureen sat here with me, has had a hellish week going to court with her family to hear some of the paperwork and some of the issues involved with gathering all the paperwork from the agencies, has done many very serious interviews with national TV and radio, and she's here with us today to talk to us, the community of Swanage, as a person, because she's one of us. She's just a girl from Swanage with no prior experience of dealing with trauma and the state and the police and courts. And like all of us, she works, don't you?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. She also goes to uni.
I do.
She does. And since the awful events of 2017, she's also been writing a handbook, I believe. Tell us a little bit to start off with, just about how your life's changed in simple terms, because you were just a normal girl looking at your future, and suddenly you're kind of embroiled in helping your family find answers to a mystery that we all want some kind of resolution to. So how are you coping as just a member of the public, like one of us?
Yeah. I think, I mean, life changed for the whole family, not just in 2017 when Gaia went missing, but really in 2015 when her mental health difficulties started after she disclosed that she'd been raped. Trying to help her access mental health support and the care that she so desperately needed after she was traumatized by that experience was kind of a part-time job for everybody, for me and her sisters, Clara and Maya. Obviously, when she went missing, we immediately knew that something was wrong because there was 2 years of build-up to that. And, you know, the idea with the guide that Nico mentioned is, you know, the idea for that project came out of how incredible and proactive and supportive the local community was during those 11 horrific days. I don't know if there's ever been a community operation really quite like that in a missing persons case. Definitely some of the charities that we work with have said, you know, that it was really unprecedented. And I think, you know, through working with the community, organising, you know, just ordinary people, grassroots stuff, we learned a lot about how the system works when somebody goes missing, how the police policy works, you know, kind of do's and don'ts. And so we've been working on this guide. It's called Gaia's Guide, a community organising guide to help keep missing people safe, as a way of trying to kind of provide a free resource to other families and other communities when something like that happens, you know, to try and do what Swanage and Purbeck did so well.
Now, I'm going to ask something that most reporters wouldn't, Ian, but we're nice and honest, and Swanage is the best town in the world, filled with the best people, so we'll continue along that theme. We've already said you work and you're at uni. The world's in a bit of crisis, so I'm guessing you're fitting in the research and doing this guide, what, at midnight on a Sunday or something like that? Yeah?
It's been, especially over the last 2 weeks, a lot of late nights. I've given up on eating anything that doesn't come out of a tin, but you can get good tin stuff these days.
So money is, I think, an issue. Do you have, I don't know, a crowdfunding page or something to help you, to enable you to put this information together for the good of God knows how many other families in the future? Or have you applied for grants, or how does it, I mean, how are you coping, and what do you need from people around you that could support you, possibly?
We don't have a crowdfunder at the moment, and the reason for that is we might need one more later. This inquest is a very long process. We are lucky to have a really amazing legal team. We don't know how long, you know, we're qualified for legal aid, but we don't know whether that's going to cover everything. So we're kind of trying to save that kind of crowdfunder request in case the time comes where we don't have lawyers to press the case for Justice for Gaia. So that's the reason why we don't have one at the moment. I did apply recently for a grant from the Mikey Powell Foundation, which was set up by the family of somebody who died in police custody some years ago, and they provide kind of hardship funding for bereaved families who are going through inquests. And they do it because, you know, as Gaia's experience shows, it is an impossibly long and difficult process. I'm going to be taking 6 to 8 weeks of unpaid leave from work for the inquest itself, and, you know, was really pleased to get a couple of £100 towards my living costs to cover that, hopefully when it happens in May.
Okay, so I think what we're getting in is a lot of the community heard something happened in court on Tuesday and went, great, what's the answers? Didn't realise how involved the process is, from someone going missing and being found to actually having to fight tooth and nail to get any form of answer from any investigation undertaken by anybody as to what happened and why. So for those asking why the family are continuing with this, they're not. They haven't yet got anywhere. And thankfully, because they've had legal support through the system, they have been able to keep pushing, whereas many other families, including local families from the past, have been left with no answers, which is what you're fighting to get addressed, isn't it, for everybody in the future. Now, to the people that helped, I know being local myself, it had a huge emotional impact on just about everybody. What would you like to say to them, the people that have those memories and walk the streets they may personally have searched and feel some kind of connection, even though they may not know you or Gaia? Do you have anything to say to them?
There are no words to express our gratitude, regardless of how things turned out. I don't think any community in the history of the world could ever have done more or made us feel more supported. A few days after Gaia's body was found, there was a vigil right here at the amphitheatre, and 150, 200 people came. That was so meaningful for us, and I just want to say that all of that work and all of that support and all of that faith that was placed in us and the crazy hard work that was done, it's still powering us almost 3 years later. And I would also like to say that this continues for us because we are really afraid that what happened to Gaia might happen to another vulnerable young person in this community. We want to make sure that any changes in terms of policy or whatever that need to be made are made to make sure that nobody else's family ever has to be sat doing an interview like the one that we're doing now. If anybody is able to continue to show support and make some noise for us, please do, because this is a long uphill and feels like a really kind of David and Goliath struggle. So huge thank you for the support in the past, and please stick with us because we're really determined to see positive change for local support services in the Purbeck area, and we can't do it on our own.
There you go, Ian. David and Goliath.
Wow.
And where better for David to come from but Swanage, where we will be undefeated, will we not? Purbeckians all the way, Ian.
Wow, Nico. I mean, what lovely words. Thank you for those lovely words on behalf of all of Swanage. It's really nice to, from what you've gone through, what you're going through, just to even have the time to say thank you as well. It's greatly appreciated. And obviously we, listen, at STV, it's a community thing. I mean, it affected all the community. None so more than yourselves, obviously, but perhaps we could help with crowdfunding or something like that. Should it be needed, Nico? Perhaps we could do something for it, and see if we can find out what actually happened.
Right, Ian.
Good stuff, Nico. Thank you very much, and thank you to the lovely lady there who's taken the time for us to. I was going to call her Maya, but Maya.
Everyone locally knows her as Maya, Ian,
yeah.
so that's fine. Maya.
Listen, Nico, thank you for doing that, and thank you, Maya. We're rooting for you. We will continue to root for you until we find out what we need to know. So good luck in the future.
Ian, thank you so much. And if anybody wants to know more, we're at justiceforgaia.com.
Excellent, justiceforgaia.com. Nico, listen, thank you, Maya. We will see you soon, Nico. Fantastic.
Indeed.
Lovely job. Thanks very much indeed. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. What about that? Brave lady there, brave lady. Yeah, it affected us all. I can't believe it was 3 years ago. But there you go. So we have this great community spirit. We are part of the best community in the world. Let's make sure we can get that family what they need. Good stuff. Right. Well, it's now. Shall we go and see where the strawberry blonde bombshell is? Shall we go and have a look? Let's cross live to Mark. Mark, hello. How are you, sir?
Good evening again, Ian. Yes, the strawberry blonde bombshell is sending greetings from Wareham. I'm up at the Wareham Rangers youth section playing fields. I'll give you a quick scan round of
lovely
where I am. There you go. Look at that. Lovely wide open space. Lovely flat playing surface made for football.
Excellent.
And then, of course, we have this.
What is that?
We have what were dugouts, if you like,
you're
shelters
kidding me.
For the boys and girls that play football up here. They were built and erected by local businesses, and you can see the state of them now, ruined by vandalism. And in fact, there were another 2 in the pitch you can see in the distance. There were 2 over there. We had to remove them because they were vandalised for safety reasons. They had to be taken down. And it's very, very sad because other teams would come here and would be in awe. You know, young children are quite impressed when you have dugouts as such, somewhere for them to shelter. Of course, the irony is they couldn't be used now because of social distancing, but they can't be used now because they've been ruined anyway. But on a lighter note, we're going to discuss some of the issues. I'm going to introduce you to Emlyn Taylor. He is one of the managers at the youth section. What I would say is, viewers, hopefully our producer can provide some subtitles because he is a northerner. So if you're struggling to understand, just pay close attention. Good evening to you, Emlyn.
Thank you for that kind introduction.
Not at all, Emlyn, not at all. Let's just tell us, which team do you manage?
And currently I have the under-13s.
And is that mixed or boys or
yes,
girls?
I'm predominantly boys, but I do have one young girl that plays alongside with us.
And everybody is welcome, no doubt.
Everybody's welcome. We try not to turn anybody away. Unfortunately, the team is full because we can only take a certain amount of people per season.
But players are still welcome for training?
Still welcome for training every Saturday morning. Yep.
And I know it's early in the season, but how are the team doing this season?
We played our first game 2 weeks ago. We started with a 1-1 draw, so onwards and upwards as we go through the season, hopefully.
And got a match on Sunday?
Yes, we'll be at home using the new goals. You can see behind me that we have the club has fitted today at a cost of nearly £1,000.
Wow!
And they'll be getting christened on Sunday against Fairwood.
And we've mentioned the cost of just installing goals, etc. How is the youth section funded?
Well, the youth section is funded. It's all through donation and through subs that the children have to pay, or the parents have to pay for the children to be registered to Wareham Rangers. But we have no funding from anybody else at the minute. So it's all volunteer work. Everybody that works for Wareham Rangers is a volunteer and gives their time free of charge. And it's all for the benefit and enjoyment so the kids can enjoy a game of football.
Well, that's right, Emmy, isn't it? It's about getting them off their Xboxes, their PlayStations, and getting them out to enjoy the fresh air and enjoy the sport.
Yeah. We'd like to exercise the legs instead of the thumbs.
Absolutely brilliant. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Just enjoyment.
But, you know, the biggest thing for me is seeing a smile on the face, maybe at the end of a good training session, and certainly after a good win. They're not so smiley after they've lost, but if it's a good game and they've lost, and they thoroughly enjoy it, then it still smiles all around.
Now, that's the positives, obviously, of running the youth section at Wareham Rangers. But I've already mentioned to the viewers the dugouts and the issue we've had with them. What are some of the other problems we have at this pitch?
But this is a school field, so it's not a right of way. I don't know if you can see over my right hand shoulder there, but down there is what's called Wareham Common, and there's a footpath that goes round the housing estate to our rear, and there's access through the rec area, which is just about another 200 metres down there, and you can get to the common to walk your dogs, have your exercise, do whatever you want down there. But a lot of people take the shortcut and come across our playing field with their dogs. So when they bring their dogs, you can guess there's a lot of dog fowl everywhere. So, you know, we have to get here sometimes an hour and a half before training starts, and certainly an hour and a half before a match starts, just to ensure that our field of play is clear of dog muck.
Yes, not the sort of thing I can imagine Jose Mourinho or Jurgen Klopp having to do.
Well, not unless he wants to come down to Wareham and play here. No.
Indeed. And I think there was another incident only a week or so ago.
Well, Sunday, believe it or not, I had to chase youths off the field, driving across the playing surfaces on the motorbikes.
And how many were there?
4.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Any idea what age they were?
No older than, I'd say, 12, 13.
Well,
Wow.
I wonder, Emmy, there can't be that many 12, 13-year-olds with access to motorbikes. So might be the idea that some parents might want to think about where their children are on these motorbikes. Would you agree?
Certainly, considering that, just 100 metres down the road, there is actually a police station.
Now,
Crazy.
we've mentioned the dog mess, which is particularly unpleasant. Have there ever been signs up here explaining that this is not a place for dog walking?
Over the years, the club has put numerous signs up saying that this is not public access. This is actually a school field. No dogs allowed. No through fare. Everything. We've tried everything, and all they do is they knock down the fences. They knock down the signs. They've knocked down the fence that barriers between the housing estate to the rear. That's been knocked down so they can gain access through. The fence is down over there so they can gain access there. The fence is down over there. Yeah.
So we can't keep them out.
No, we can't keep them out.
Now, we've got nothing against people walking their dogs, but of course, as you say, there's a common, which is a wonderful area to walk your dogs. And as you say, every dog walker I've met up here said, well, I always pick my mess up. Well, some of them clearly aren't, are they?
Well, that's obviously not the case because every Saturday, every Sunday, I must pick up at least three or four amounts of dog milk. Without sometimes it's even 12. It can get ridiculous.
Yeah, so as you can tell, viewers, thoroughly unpleasant job. Some of you will be aware I'm the coach of the under-16s, and we thankfully don't have such an issue because we actually play at the rec, but we do train up here. And again, I sympathise fully with Emmy because it is an ongoing issue. But you put in the hard work, you make sure the pitch is safe, and so the children can enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I have a good parent base with the under-13s that aren't afraid to muck in and help out. I mean, last Sunday when the motorbikes was on here, there's 2 or 3 parents going across there to advise the children that they should leave the area immediately. So I must thank my parents for their continued help as well.
Well, that's wonderful because it's important to have the support of the parents, is it not?
Well, it is because it's a community team. So it's all about community. It's all about bringing the kids together to play football, but at the same time, you're bringing the parents together in the community. So everybody gets on with each other, and we all enjoy this fabulous game of football.
Exactly. Well, that's wonderful, Emmy. Thank you ever so much indeed. What I would just say, Ian, just briefly is, as you've heard, it is a community-run club. All the coaches are volunteers, and we have a lot of queries from parents. For instance, we had one today saying their child is attained the age of 5 or 6 and wants to play football. The only way we can get coaches in is when parents volunteer. That's how I became involved. That's how Emmy became involved. And sadly, similar to many clubs, I know Swanage, the equivalent age team, they folded because they couldn't get the volunteers.
What a shame.
So what I'm saying to the viewers is, if you want your child to be able to play football, step up, volunteer. It can be a tough job, but it can be an extremely rewarding job. I've nearly finished my time. I'm in my last season with the under 16s, but I followed them through since they were under 6s, and it is an extremely rewarding job. And it is a job, but it's a pleasurable job, and it's lovely to see the children develop into not just better footballers, but better people as well. And that's what we hope to achieve.
Yeah, lovely, Mark. It's nice to see, like you say, it's lovely to see kids coming through to be responsible children and then to be good adults when they finish as well. But I've got a question, Mark. The fence thing that keeps falling over or whatever, or keeps getting pushed over, who is responsible for the entire fence boundary? Is it the council?
Well, there is a fence boundary. I'll try and show you. You can perhaps see where the houses are. Now, there is a whole fence boundary that runs along there. Who is responsible? I don't know. Some of it will be perhaps the homeowners, but some of it is in an area that's, car park area, etc. So it's a mutual area for people. And what's happened in those areas is that people have simply kicked a hole in the fence so they can cut through on motorbikes, with their dogs, etc. And as I say, we have nothing against dog walkers. It's a wonderful thing to do, but in the appropriate place.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I ask that is if it's funded. There's no funds apart from the way that Emmy explained it, but you'd think the council would have an initiative somewhere. I thought there was an initiative for kids to get fitter, to get healthier, and I thought there was government money available. And I'm trying to work out why the government aren't funding all local sports events outside of schools and getting the kids off their Xboxes and the PlayStations and getting them to these places to make them a secure, so it doesn't give so much hassle to the parents or the coaches, and it gives them a chance to get out. It gives them a chance to grow as kids. And like you say, yeah, the parents need to step up, but they're stepping up to vandalised dugouts. They're stepping up to dog mess. They're stepping up to fences going down. It's got to be pretty hard. Surely there's some other form of help you guys can have.
Well, I've been doing this coaching role, management role, physio role, groundsman role for some time now, 9 years or so. And I can remember when we had the Olympics in 2012 and we were going to get the Olympic legacy. Well, sadly, that has not been forthcoming. And as you say, I know times are tough for the finances of councils and indeed governments, etc. But it's an investment in the future. You're helping communities. We have a wonderful area, as I say, the wide open space up here. The pitches are fantastic because they're set above the common. They drain superbly. And where other teams can't play, we can. But we need the facilities. We need the financial backing. Yes, we've had input from local businesses. People donate. But whilst that's very generous, it's, to be perfectly blunt, it's not enough.
No, it's never going to be enough, Mark, is it?
No. But thankfully, we have a wonderful treasurer, Jess Tubbs, who runs a very tight ship, and we managed to stay financially stable. But it could be so much more. This could be a sports hub for children as when they start sport to when they're adults, when they can go off and join adult teams, etc. And it's such a waste. This wonderful space could be so much more.
Excellent.
But we struggle on, and I know there are teams in Swanage the same, different age groups, trying their best as we all do. But it's just really, we need more. We need more input financially from governments, councils, and more backing generally.
Yeah, I mean, we just had the mayor on of Swanage, and they've got some great facilities and programs going forward for the kids, redoing some of the play areas and, making them more safe, making them better design, more stuff for the kids. And I'm trying to work out why the Wareham Council it's right on their doorstep. Surely there is a fund of something or other to just do that. How much would it take? A couple of dugouts, a proper fence, and come on,
Yeah, so we're not asking for Wembley Stadium. We're just asking for some secure dugouts, vandal-proof dugouts. Sadly, that would have to be the way. And I know the committee, Kelly, Fran, they work so hard trying to get things done, but the council don't appear to be prepared to help financially at all. The school, Purbeck School, do their best. They allow us to use these pitches, which is very good of them. But as I say, it could be so much more and so much better.
No worries. Well, Mark, listen, thank you for that. That's a pretty good insight into Dog Poo Alley and all the rest of it on the pitches there. Such a shame. But listen, Mark, thanks for that. And you've got to hot foot it now because we have winner, chicken dinner. Excellent. Yes, we do. We have winners for both. Get in there. We have a winner for my glamorous assistant has brought me in some pieces of paper here. We have a winner for both. We have a winner called Kate from Swanage. Nico will be with you soon. And we also have a Martin from Wareham who's going to get the Salt Pig voucher. So I'll tell you what. Oh, quick thing. God, how many messages are coming through? Tracy Smith. Happy birthday for next week. There you go. If you want to get in touch with us, everybody, 0330 001 2401. Send us an email, send us a message, send us any ideas that you think we might want to cover. Birthdays, hello, shout outs, etc. But now we are going to literally go to... Who are we going to go to? Ah, yes, we are going to Nico with the cane of cash. Hello, Nico.
Hi, Ian. I am outside the house of our chicken dinner lucky winner.
Chicken dinner lucky winner.
Yeah, hopefully, Kate, when I knock, will answer. I have my trusty cane, Ian.
I hope
And
so,
let's
Nico,
hope
because that's the name I've been given.
Let's hope I'm okay, Ian. That's always a good start. Now I hear some movement, Ian, at the door. Hello.
Hey!
Now I see. Oh, let me hang on a minute, Ian. We have a phone problem. Right, hang on. We have the lovely Kate.
Hey!
Who is not alone. She has a friend, Kate. Who have you got with you?
I've got Skittles.
Now, does Skittle know the answer to which famous local Swanage theatre is due to reopen soon?
Yeah. Skittles just whispered it. It's Wareham Theatre.
Yay! Now, you get a choice, Kate. You've got envelopes here, A, B, and C. Which one do you choose?
No. They get two, Nico.
Bubble. You get two. Which two would you like?
B and C.
Right. Now, what I'm going to do is fold up A and stash it in my pocket, Ian, for later. And just for fun purposes, we're going to use the cane of cats.
Yes.
It's incredibly difficult, and it's very windy, viewers. So Kate might have to run. Kate, run! Kate is having to run in for the flying money.
Hey!
Now, Kate, you've got to open the envelopes.
Open the envelope.
Show us what you have won.
Skittles has disappeared. £20.
Whoa!
£20 free money.
And 20.
Yay! And you're going to dance now. Yay!
Wonderful. Thank you, Nico. That's amazing.
Yes, Ian. Cane of Cash winner.
We
Thank
love
you
it.
to
Wow.
Kate and the Molam Theatre.
Get in there, Nico. Thank you very much. Kate, thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.
See you
Thanks,
later.
Nico. Bye, guys. Well done, winner. Well, what about it? Double bubble. Well done, Kate and Skittles. Yeah, excellent. Skittles, the talking dog. Absolutely made up with that. Well done, winner. We shall be back after this.
Hi, I'm Marita.
At
This
Aurora
is my
CBD
shop,
Health,
Studio
we have
YC,
CBD products for
35A
the whole family,
Commercial Road,
from
Swanage.
sport
I
recovery
do an array
to
of silver
sleeves
jewellery.
and hair
If
oils,
you'd like to
tea
come
for
in,
sleep,
you're more than welcome,
our
and have a look at my
award-winning
goods.
oils, and our fantastic muscle rub balm. Just pop in and we'll help you choose.
Welcome to Route 61. Please come along, pop in, have a look around our clothing, kids' clothing, vintage furniture, homewares, postcards, and plenty more. We like to call it quirky. Pop in, we'd like to see you soon. Thank you.
If you're in town early in the morning and you're feeling a bit peckish, the best thing to do is come to the High Street Cafe for brilliant breakfast, cracking coffees and sumptuous snacks. As you can see, we're all COVID ready and happy to serve you.
Comedians, magicians, small venues, big events. If you're doing any kind of entertaining, Whaley have got the entertainment. Singers, bands, karaoke, DJs, comedians, magicians and more. They'll have a whale of a time with WhaleyEntertainments.com.
Excellent. Welcome back for that. We're going to cross live now because we have also got the winner, Martin, from Wareham for the Salt Pig £10 voucher. Let's try and find Mark. Where are you, Mark? Hello, Mark.
Mark, greetings again from Wareham. I'm just walking down the path. I hope I'm going to find the winner.
I hope so
Let
too.
me just knock on the door. Let's see, is he going to come out? Come on out, Martin. Come on out. There he is. Here's the lucky winner. Here's the lucky winner.
Well done.
So, the salt pig is famous. What's the other famous pig with a condiment?
Peppa Pig.
He's got it. He's got it, viewers. He's got it. Look how excited he is. Look, he can hardly contain himself.
I'll take myself off down there in the morning and see what's on offer. Thank you very much.
I understand they sell beer, Martin. But congratulations and well done from all at Swanage TV.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Fantastic, Mark. Well
Will
done,
do.
winners. That's a jolly good thing, Mark. That's another person. Happy days. Listen, Mark, thank you very much for today, my friend. I will see you on the next show. Thanks ever so much, Mark.
Been a pleasure as ever. See you all soon, viewers.
You're a good man.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mark. Take care. Well, what about that? What about that, ladies and gentlemen? What about that? Everybody's a winner. Do you know what? I've got to do it again. I love it. Yes, Cane of Cash and the winners. Well done. Don't forget, brilliant stuff. You must call in for those. It's free money. It's free vouchers. Okay, that's coming to the end of the show now. I'd just like to thank everybody involved. The lovely Rosemary, Nico, Mark. We'd like to thank the wonderful Maya. Thank you for that, Maya. We'd like to thank Emo at the football. We'd like to thank Rosemary, Mark, the Cane of Cash winner, and the dog, and of course our Salt Pig voucher winner as well. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time. Thanks very much. We'll see you soon.